Hi guys and welcome back to the channel, and today I've actually got something a little bit different for you, and that is we're going to do a news video. So we're going to go through the news of today, so the stuff that they've released for Wot Console, and we're going to go through everything they're going to release tomorrow basically. And I wouldn't normally do these types of videos because you can just read all this for yourself on the old website, and there's a lot of other people that do all this stuff, but this one has me excited, so I just had to do it. I've got to share my excitement because the Polish line is one that looks like it's going to be quite a lot of fun. Obviously don't really know until we play it. We'll see if they come in untouched from PC. I kind of hope they will. They've shown a tendency now to not really do as much in terms of Italianizing tanks, and by Italianizing I mean destroying them. So hopefully they'll come in alright. So let's go through the news. So here's the incoming new Polish medium line, and it starts from tomorrow. If you want to get a sneak peek at them, go check out Minto Vimto with the Wot Console official stream tonight. He will be showing them off, and it starts at tier 5 where you get this DSPZ ins. The PZ ins? Yeah, that's going to be a tricky one to say. And let's have a look at it over here, look. So this is the tank itself. Like I said, we're not really going to go delve too much into these stats because they could change them, right? But I'm very much looking forward to this. I mean, it's a very good looking tank. It's a very typical tier 5 medium tank. It's not got really much armour. If we do look at the gun stats, it's pretty decent. And I just can't wait for this line. What I will hopefully be doing tomorrow is streaming from around 1:30ish tomorrow, and we'll start the grind at tier 5 and try and grind our way all the way up without using as little free XP as possible, because I've got a lot of free XP, but hopefully we'll save it for the later stages where I really will need it, because I don't want to grind like stock tier 9s. But it's what I'm really looking forward to. I've been looking forward to this line for a very long time, so I'm really hoping that they don't Italianize it and make it worse. This buggy is one that I'm really looking forward to. The buggy is one here, look. Here it is. It's a very duckish looking tank. It kind of looks like the MX-40 a little bit, doesn't it? It's one of those, again, it's got weird angles, so it probably, you know, if you see where the shell lands over here, it could ricochet. But again, this whole line is generally categorised by the fact that it doesn't really have much armour, but it has a lot of other stuff going for it, like higher alpha for the tiers and stuff. So with this one, you actually have a 90mm gun, which is very competitive. If, again, like I say, all stats, subjects change, all that sort of thing. These are PC stats. It could come in nerfed or buffed, we don't know. So you got this 90mm, which is quite competitive. It's quite a nice 90mm to have at the tier. But then you've also got this 100mm derp gun, which is going to make me very happy. I am going to be ecstatic with this gun. I'm looking forward to this tank a lot. I feel like I'll end up missing a lot, but generally, I'm going to really enjoy it because it's got a derp gun. Derp guns win for me. And, yeah, hell of a lot of fun. But like I say, you know, don't expect these tanks to be armoured. They're pretty mobile mediums that generally can pack a punch. So let's move on down here. And we've got the CS44, which is possibly one of the worst tanks in the line. It's not that good. Generally, I know it's a struggle on PC. You see, it's got this 100mm gun, which is very much like the Leo, the tier 7 Swedish gun. But then you've also got this 90mm again, which is a very nice, it's very similar to the T20, not quite as much premium pen, but it's okay. But it's not the fastest medium tank in the world. It's got poor armor. It's not got the best angles in the universe. Like I say though, like those sort of auto ricochet angles, it's like a bat chat. It's not going to bounce. You know, you shouldn't expect to bounce things in this tank, but sometimes you'll just hit a plate and it will bounce. It's just the way it is. I'm kind of looking forward to this one for the 100mm it gets. It only gets 6 degrees of gun depression as well with that gun, which is a bit of a pain, whereas you get 8 with the 90. So it's a tank that I don't know, I'm not looking forward to grinding this one as much as some of the others. But again, you never know until we actually play it. Then you've got the CS53, which again is another tank that I'm definitely looking forward to. It's a very, very nice looking tank. It looks very similar to the T44, the T54 even at tier 9. It looks very similar to that. It's a very nice looking tank. If we go over here, we'll have a look at its tank model. There's its tank model, look. That is with the top turret, isn't it? Yes, it is. So you've got a cupola here, look, that's fat, really easy to hit, really bad armour. Generally, 168, if I was using the gun depression here, which it gets 8 of, which is very, very nice, especially on this type of medium. The turret armour, look, is still not that good. Generally, these are not the most well-armoured tanks, but they're pretty damn mobile, and a gun like this, which is the fully upgraded 100mm, is very nice. It's got a decent pen, it's got a decent rate of fire, it's got not that, well, it's got sort of below average dispersion, but, you know, with 6.0, that's not a bad thing, because crew skills. I'm very much looking forward to this tank. I think I'll enjoy this one a lot. Same as the next one, and if we go down, it's the CS59. It's got 8 degrees of gun depression, it's got high DPM apparently, so hopefully that's true, but I mean, the people that write these articles sometimes get it massively wrong. I don't know what they're thinking sometimes. Let's have a look at it. Here's the model for it. Again, it's another very good looking tank. These tanks look awesome, and I really, really am looking forward to it. So hopefully it'll have a 6.82 rate of fire, and it means it's quite a high rate of fire. Again, the accuracy is below average, but 6.0. Good pen, 252, 293 on the premium isn't quite as good as a lot of other tanks at the tier. But then again, you think about E50s with 220 and 270. That's all right. It's okay. It's got 390 alpha as well, which is another 390 alpha. I'm looking forward to this tank a lot. Again, the armor isn't great though. Like, let's have a look at it. 140, you're going to get, unless they hit the gun mantlet. Look, the gun mantlet's a position that will bounce stuff, but yeah, you don't expect these things to be truly bouncing a lot of stuff, because at tier 9 this will get destroyed by most tier 10s, most tier 9s, and a lot of tier 8s. Tier 7s, however, might struggle with the front of this tank. If you see it's 170, a lot of tanks at that tier have like 160, 175 pen, so they might struggle with the front, but the lower plate is obviously a target. If you're using yourself effectively, you will be aiming for the lower plate anyway, and you will be bouncing. Can it side scrape? It could. Yeah, this tank could side scrape quite effectively, if you're looking at that. I mean, if we're side scraping even like that, there might be little bits here and there that they can pen. Like, I'm seeing a little green area somewhere, but they could side scrape. I think these tanks will be very nice if they come through with it. It's all a big if at this point, because we don't actually know the stats until they release them tomorrow, and I'm hoping. Now, this is the pinnacle of the line. Let's go down to the CS63. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This has two travel modes, or 2 modes generally. It's got a rapid mode, which they call it, and it's got a normal mode. So the normal mode, you get like up to 55 kilometers an hour, and you've got a good power to weight anyway, and you're more accurate, you've got better DPM, that sort of stuff. And in rapid mode, you go up to 75 kilometers an hour, I believe it is. And let's have a look at the CS63 here. Let's have a look at the stats. So it's 55, and if we click that, look, no, it's 70 kilometers an hour, but you get nearly a 30 power to weight. If it comes in unchanged, that means you'll be going up hills at like 50 kilometers an hour. That is fantastic. This tank looks like it's going to be so much fun. You can rush into your position quickly, switch for 2 seconds, because that's how long it takes to switch back between the modes, and start firing. And hopefully it's got something very similar. Hopefully they don't touch this tank very much, because it's very technically balanced, and it looks like it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. And let's have a look at it here. Look, this is the model. A very, very nice looking tank. It's got 8 degrees of gun depression. Like I say though, it's got no armour. Let's have a look at the live for it. Look, it's got absolutely no armour really. If you're using your gun depression though, if you're seeing that, your upper plate could bounce stuff and ricochet. You've got a really bad lower plate, but they can still pen you here on the turret. But the thing is, with RNG, shots do tend to sometimes flick to the far edge of the circle, and they will ricochet off the top of your turret. That's the way the turret is angled, which is very nice. This tank could be very nice. Like I said, what I'm hoping to do for this Polish line is stream through as much of it tomorrow as I can. I'll probably be streaming from about 1:30 till, I'm hoping to go as long as possible, go to about 6ish, 7ish, and see how far we get. And by the time we hit maybe 2 weeks' time, hopefully I'll be able to do an on-track series video for this tank. And yeah, it should be a good one. I'm hoping. I've got so much hope for the line. But again, like Wargaming tends to trash our hopes sometimes, right? So we'll see how these come out tomorrow. And you can also earn a skin, which is great. You don't actually have to buy the skin. You can go out and earn it. But it will take a while because it's 325,000 damage to earn it. But, you know, in a month, 325,000 damage to earn in a month for one skin, that's fine. And I think everyone will be able to do this, and that means you don't have to pay the 3k for the skin, which is not bad. So that's good that they've done that. And look, you don't have to do it all in the tier 10. You can earn 325,000 damage by using the whole Polish medium line. So that's good. And that's the Polish mediums. That's one of the things that's coming out tomorrow. That's an exciting development. I am looking forward to these tanks so much. They are going to be so much fun. I hope they don't touch them. So, on to the next piece of news. And that is, there's going to be an earn-up for the Chrysler K. Now, this is a pretty decent heavy tank. It's not brilliant, but I wouldn't even say it's mediocre. It's above average. It's a pretty nice heavy tank. It's got good frontal armour, great side armour, and an absolutely solid turret with a decent gun. The gun is probably what holds this tank back. So let's have a look at the model for it. Look, here is the Chrysler K. It's a very good looking tank. I like the looks of it. It's pretty mobile as well. If you're looking at it flat on, that lower plate is fantastic. A lot of tanks will struggle with that, and most tanks have to press A when they're, say, tier 7 or tier 8s to truly go through that lower plate. Obviously, they've got 220 odd pen that will go through it. It's just one of those things. What it's a god at is side scraping. If you see here, look, it's just fantastic at it. And even here, look, that will bounce. They won't pen your tracks. The lower plate's quite far in. It's really good at side scraping, especially with it being a back-mounted turret as well. It's damn good. It's a fun tank, and I think a lot of people will really enjoy this tank when they get it. If you see, it's just, even when it's, you see, really well angled there, look, you can just about pen it if you shoot it as far close to the tracks here. It's really good. It's a really good tank, and people will enjoy it. And you can earn it for free. So let's go through what you've got to do to earn it. So you can claim the American Brawler along with silver, so you'll earn some silver along the way in this earn-up as well. You've got a week, is that? Yeah, you've got 2 weeks even. You've got 2 weeks to earn this tank, and you've got to do quite a lot to get it. So you've got to earn 1,000 XP 5 times for the first one, 15 for the second, 35 for the third, 65 for the fourth, 105 for the fifth, 155 for the sixth, 215 for the seventh, and 300 for the eighth. If I have just thrown a load of numbers at you, that's because I have. Really, what you've got to earn is about 895,000 XP to unlock this tank in 2 weeks. It's a lot of XP. It makes it a harder earn-up, which I suppose means that it won't flood the matchmaker dramatically like when we've earned Dragons before, where it was literally like you did it in a day, 2 days, and you were like, oh, I've got a Dragon. Makes it more of a grind to get, which is, I don't know if that's better or worse. I'll leave that one down to you guys. Just makes it harder. Makes it more of a challenge to earn, generally. I think 895,000 XP is probably a little bit too much, but especially for 2 weeks, this would have been good for a month, I think. To be honest, I think for a month earn-up, I think this would have been better. But you do earn stuff like silver as well, and you also get like big discounts on it the further you go along. I will try and get a tank review for this tank done. I've not really played it all too much since I got it a long time ago. I feel like I got it in an earn-up or for free or cheap. I can't remember. I've not really played it, but I will play it more now to basically earn it to show you guys what it's capable of, and hopefully we'll get a tank review out on the channel soon for it. And you do get a lot of stuff along the way as well. So if you get up to here, then you will get a 75% discount, which will be like 2k gold, 3k gold, something like that. Decent price for the tier 8 heavy anyway. So there, you can earn the Chrysler K in this week, month, after tomorrow. So we're on to the next piece of news as well now, which is the on-track to the Progetto Mod 65. And the Italian line is a little bit of a disappointing line. I think some people will enjoy it. I certainly enjoy the auto reloader mechanic you get on the P44, the standard B, and the tier 10, the Mod 65. But the reloads on these two tanks in particular are really quite bad, and it feels horrible to play at times. It's not as nasty on the 65. You don't feel it as often as you do on the standard B, because the standard B is just horrid. It's not. I don't like the tank wall particularly. I know some people do, but I really don't like it for the reload. It's just not great. I think 6.0 has definitely made standard B a lot nicer to play. Same as the Progetto 65. But the fact that you can get this line a little bit quicker, because you can get 25% XP on your way up the line, and you can get these at 50% discount and 30% from tier 7 onwards. That's really nice. That means you can get all the discounts going. And I will have an on-track video for this line tomorrow, and I'll tell you what crew skills I run, what equipment I run on them, and you'll generally see how the line plays out from tier 5 onwards, and I hope you'll enjoy that video. And the last bit of news that we've got here is this. It's an XP earn. So the multitasker bonus. Multitasker bonus? I thought it would be a multiplier bonus. But anyway, it's available all week long. So if you do 250 damage, so literally all you've got to do is 250 damage and assist your team with 200 damage or more in a battle. So yeah, you do both, you'll get 25% extra XP. And that's it. That's all you've got to do. So that's pretty nice. That'll help people's grinds, especially having this when we've got to go through the Polish mediums. So this will help me with my stream tomorrow, so that'll be nice. And it'll also help you even more, because you'll get 50% extra XP if you do decently, that is, in the Italian mediums. As you grind up this line, it'll help you with the on-track event that's going off at the minute as well. Well, I say at the minute, tomorrow as well. So that's really nice. So that was the news for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't normally make these types of videos, but the Polish mediums are a special thing, and I am really looking forward to those tanks. So I will see you tomorrow. I'll hope you enjoy the Italian video that will come out tomorrow, and I'll catch you all next time.
A great success!